Lisa was a beautiful young lady every man would desire to have as a wife, but she always carries herself with pride and never ready for love. Until one man showed her that trust, kindness, and patience could heal even the most guarded heart. The sun had barely risen over Abuja's bustling streets when Lisa's sleek black Mercedes glided past the morning traffic, its polished body reflecting the pink-orange hue of dawn. To an outsider, she seemed untouchable, wealthy, accomplished, and impeccably poised. Owners of multi-branch boutiques and skincare empires did not stumble, they ruled. Yet behind the high glass walls of her penthouse in the Gwarinpa district, Lisa's heart bore cracks that no luxury could mask. Her employees often whispered among themselves, curious why a woman of her status remained unattached. No man could ever match her ambition, said one junior staff member. Or perhaps she's just too proud, another offered. Lisa overheard some of these murmurs, but paid them no mind. She had been heartbroken before. Twice cruelly by men she trusted, each betrayal had built another layer of walls around her heart, discipline, and an unyielding devotion to her career. Love, she had decided, was a distraction she could not afford. That morning, she found herself standing in the driveway, arms crossed, staring at the empty space where her longtime driver should have been. His motorcycle had arrived late from a 3-week leave again. This was the third time in 6 months. Lisa sighed, a mixture of frustration and disappointment, and dialed her secretary. Mary, she said, her tone sharp yet controlled. Post a notice. I need a replacement immediately. No excuses. Within hours, a bright yellow notice appeared on the iron gate of her compound. Driver, wanted, must be reliable, honest, and dedicated. Lisa thought little of it, assuming it would attract the usual applicants, men desperate for work, hoping to earn a steady salary in the luxurious sector she represented. But fate, as it often does in these stories, had other plans. 3 weeks later, Morgan appeared at her gate. He wore a crisp white shirt and dark trousers, but the fabric was well worn, showing signs of long days and modest living. He was tall and handsome, his posture proud, yet humble, a man whose confidence came not from wealth but from dignity and determination. Lisa had barely glanced at the stack of applications when Morgan's name caught her attention. There was something about his photograph, sharp, honest eyes, and a smile that didn't try to impress, but simply was. She called him in. "Good morning," she said, holding out her hand. Morgan shook it firmly, his grip neither too weak nor overbearing. "Good morning, ma," he replied respectfully. His voice carried politeness without pretension. Lisa observed him during the brief interview. His answers were simple, precise, and thoughtful. No embellishment, no desperate flattery, just a man stating facts about his life, his past work, and his aspirations. "You will start on Monday," Lisa said abruptly, surprising herself. Morgan's eyes widened slightly and a genuine smile spread across his face. From that day, Morgan became a fixture in Lisa's life. At first, he was merely the reliable driver who navigated Abuja's notorious traffic with patience and care. He opened doors, remembered names, and moved quietly through her boutique branches like a ghost whose presence was soothing rather than demanding. Yet, slowly, subtle things began to shift. Lisa found herself speaking more to him, sharing small stories from her childhood, her entrepreneurial struggles, her heartbreaks. Morgan listened without judgment, his brown eyes reflecting understanding rather than pity. One evening, as the city lights blinked on and the call to prayer echoed faintly from distant mosques, Lisa confided in Clara. The two friends sat on the terrace of Lisa's penthouse, sipping warm tea. "Clara," Lisa began, her voice low, almost afraid to utter the words. "I think I'm developing feelings for him." Clara's eyes sparkled, mischievous yet supportive. "Morgan?" she asked. "You mean your driver?" Lisa's lips pressed into a tight line. "Yes, I know it sounds foolish, but he's different. He listens. He's kind. He doesn't try to impress me with my money or status. He's just a real man." Clara smiled knowingly. Sometimes the heart finds its companion where we least expect it. "Don't fight it, Lisa, but be careful. You mustn't let your walls fall too quickly." Lisa nodded, feeling the tug of war within her. Desire versus caution, hope versus fear. As weeks turned into months, Morgan's presence became indispensable. He laughed softly when Lisa scolded him for minor mistakes, and he never flinched when she imposed her strict rules. He shared stories of his modest neighborhood, of the hustle in Wuse Market, of the late-night studies at his alma mater to become a certified driver and security officer. In return, Lisa showed him her world of luxury boutiques, late-night board meetings, and exclusive networking events. One rainy evening, as Morgan parked her car under the awning of her boutique, Lisa found herself standing closer than usual, the raindrops forming small rivulets on the marble floor. "Morgan," she said quietly, "I know this might sound awkward. I'm in love with you." He turned, meeting her gaze, and in that instant, the distance between employer and employee dissolved. His hand found hers, gentle and deliberate. "I know, Lisa," he said. "I feel it too." The confession broke her heart open, not in pain but in relief. She laughed softly, tears mingling with the rain. "I never thought I'd let anyone into my heart again." The heart chooses for us, whether we like it or not. Their love was not without challenges. Gossipers whispered, jealous colleagues questioned her judgment, and Lisa struggled to reconcile her professional authority with her personal feelings. But Morgan never wavered. He respected her career, her ambition, and her boundaries, and slowly Lisa learned to trust again, not just in Morgan, but in the possibility of happiness beyond work. 4 months later, under the golden light of a setting Abuja sun, Morgan proposed. It was simple, heartfelt, and perfect. Lisa, in a flowing dress she had designed herself, said yes. Their wedding was an intimate gathering of friends, family, and employees, celebrating not just their union, but the triumph of love, patience, and destiny. Lisa's life transformed, yet in ways she had never expected. Her boutique flourished, but so did her personal joy. She discovered that success was sweeter when shared, that vulnerability was no weakness, and that love, when rooted in respect and understanding, could heal even the most guarded hearts. Morgan, once a man of modest means, now stood as her partner, equal in affection and ambition, proving that social class was no barrier to destiny. By the time their first child was born, Lisa often thought back to the day she had posted that simple notice at her gate. Who could have guessed that a humble man seeking work would drive not just her car, but her heart into a new, brighter chapter? Fate, as ever, had its mysterious ways, and in the warmth of their shared home, laughter echoing through sunlit rooms, Lisa finally understood. Love was not a distraction from life, it was its greatest achievement. Ambition and hard work are important, but life becomes meaningful when success is balanced with love, companionship, and inner peace. If this story touched your heart, taught you something, or reminded you of life's hidden lessons, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this story with someone who needs it today. Turn on your notifications so you never miss our next story.